Mo MC Sakurai Raven. Oh wait, who is Mo MC? Yo, is that new characters? Yo, what's up? My name is iPhong. Welcome to Doki Doki Blue Skies. You know what? I'm not gonna talk much. Oh my god, I was actually turn off the games and then just basically trying to test out the censorship overlays, because these games was kind of gave me a warning in the previous episode that there will be adult scenes included, so it just in case. So I just noticed that every time that I turn off and turn on the games, there will be a different intro notes from the opening. It's unlike the original games that it said that this game is unsuitable for younger children's and something like that. But this mod actually just give a different kind of notes for the intro. Like, it's actually really nice. But yeah, also before I'm going to get into this episode, please, if you are younger than 13 years old, which means that Doki Doki Literature Clubs as well, Doki Doki Blue Sky is being rated 13G, so please be prepared yourself. I don't want anyone of you doing anything rough after you're playing this game. So yeah, you know what? Let's get into the games. So actually, wow. This new, I cannot remember the choice anymore. I only remember what these these three little girls like. I mean, I'm just gonna guess. And you know what I'm aiming for. Obviously, if you are watching my previous episodes, I kind of remember lollipops, kitty, puppy. Okay. Shopping. Hair. I'm guess so. You know what I'm pick, right? I mean, obviously when the characters are jumping up and down. Alright. We're gonna pick some things really sweet and some things really cuties. So, I mean, it's obvious. I mean, come on. Girls, they do really like fashion, right? Girls, they like sweet things. And of course, girls like things to be clean. So, wait. I don't understand how girls like socks. I mean, I don't understand why. Whoever put socks in the I mean, you know what? Just continue. Kawaii desu. I mean, of course, our anime is things now. I mean, come on, we're gonna have real good animes in this fall and winter as well. And of course, it's obvious as well. Also, I've been checking and the folders so far, and there's nothing happens yet. Even the character folders there is still .chr. I mean, nothing changed yet, and I totally actually not fully prepared, because I was so focused on to the games. I'm not fully prepared for the folders to change anything. I just only prepare for the adult scenes just in case. I mean, come on, nobody wants to show adult scenes in social medias. So just keep on picking some things that it's just only for my view, actually, because the game just released recently and I don't want anyone spoiling ahead. So just gonna basically pick for myself. And I hope you guys and girls don't get any angry, because I mean, it's just a game, but sometimes people just seeing that my choice it's just based on me real life. So I'm just gonna pick on my views. I mean, come on. I mean, it's true that you can actually see what I pick is only based on myself, but actually, you know, right? I found fancy meeting you here. Yeah, why coincidence? Seriously speaking though, I'm happy to see you back here. I wouldn't have been disappointed if you ran away on us. Hey, I enjoyed myself last time, so why wouldn't I come back? So there's a difference between this mod and as well as the original games. There's a difference between that because in the original I was like, oh, why do I have to stick with the literature clubs? But in the mod, be like, you know what, I'll get used to it. So just deal with something new, I guess. Also, in the previous episode, there's a new characters, which is Sakurai, which is I see in the intro, and I don't know who is more MCs. I don't know what is MOMCs. I don't know, but they is asking when, so I don't know if this gonna be in the games. But honestly, I really want to get to know more about Amy because why not? New characters. They've been known as a background characters, so it's just don't stand out much. But for me, I really care for every characters because I don't want to miss any detail. Yeah, feel free to make yourself at home before we start on our club's activities. Thanks, we do. Well, I'm back at the literature clubs. Sayori and I were the last to come in, so everyone else already hang out. iPhong, I'm glad to see you here again. I knew that something was so simple would warrant so much thanks. First Monica and now Yuri. Am I gonna be harem later on? I don't think so. I mean, come on, we all know the points of the game is just big ones. Or else bad things happen. I know that it may be overwhelming to be thrown in a new hobby, so suddenly much less an organization centers around the hobby. So don't hesitate to let me know if you ever need any help. Or any other club member for that matter. That is to say, feel free to ask any one of us for assistance. Sure. Right, thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Don't worry though, it's not like I've never written anything before. I even remember to write a poem for today, if you believe it. We'll believe it when we see it. Hey, it's not like I have a university degree to write poems. It was just like another school assignment. Although it might be a little new to me, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to write a poem, a bad poem, you mean? Yeah. Honestly, it's the same things I'm making, like you drawing, actually illustrating or any art piece. And it's just basically you just only drawing or coloring and just in your feelings. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's not that well. She got me there, and that's why I've never said I wrote a good poems. Just stay humble, right? That's a kiss more than me, seemingly pleased that I'm not offended by her teasing. Well, good is often subjective, not objective, when it comes to a subject like this. I'm sure you did fine, I found. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Try not to overhype my work though. Yeah, Yuri, if you keep your expectation low, you'll never be disappointed. Besides, I bet this is the first extracurricular iPhone's done since high school started. So extra work is probably really foreign to him. True, I guess, because I mean, come on, this atmosphere is so Japanesey. And I'm really bad Japanese as well, and I also not Japanese speakers. And I know Japanese viewers out there expect me to actually speak at least a simple Japanese, so I mean, come on, everywhere does it, right? Even in Vietnam as well, like people expect foreigners to actually speak simple Vietnamese, and however, it's just end up something really hilarious, and it just end up like cursing people without knowing anything, and it just making people really upset. Like, I'm so sorry. I mean, it's true, but I'm so sorry. I feel bad for foreigners. I guess she's not wrong, but she doesn't have to say it like that. That's okay, you're being unfairly harsh. Why is that mouth? Why is the mouth? Why is... Who make the mouth like that? I found what we could say your main hobbies are. Come on, I mean you know me well, right? Wow, she's really putting me on the spot here. I know I'm playing into your teasing right now, but yes, I spend a lot of time playing games and watching animes. And of course, are you trying to actually asking me about a quiz that you know what? And that's all you need to know. And that's a bit rich coming from someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Is it really necessary? Keeps. What? And Natsuki's blood goes to a halt. Looks like a sudden someone knows how to dish it out, but can't take it. Manga is literature. I mean, come on, everyone knows that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's everyone. But some school doesn't allow manga, so I don't know it's being considered as literature anymore. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry guys, iPhong always give his best as long as he's having fun. He's always been there when I need. When we were kids, he always being around to help me with stuff. Oh, are you two childhood friends? Good question. I glanced at Sayori despite her cheery recollection of our childhood memories just then. Yuri's question is a reminder that we haven't spent much time together for a long time. Is it that our work? Yeah, we know each other for a while, haven't we? We smile at each other. I'm really hoping we can use the club to reconnect. Such a history with one another. I imagine you have shared much together. You could say that we believe Sayori is still as clumsy now as she was 10 years old, really? How would you know, main protagonist? Hey, Minnie, that's not true. Oh, need I tell Yuri about the time you tried to cook lunch and almost set fire some fog. Okay. Kids, don't play with fire, okay? Her face turns pink and she rushes to interrupt me. Anyway, I'm sure you could be just us. As good of friends. After all, you're both in the literature club now. Yeah, looking forward to it. Yuri looks hopeful at hearing this, although I can't help but wonder. Given the maturity and intelligence she carries so elegantly, and how her passion for reading is much stronger than my own, will it be easy as Sayori thinks it is? I don't know about you, Sayori. I mean, come on. We all know what the original game is going to happen, right? Still, it's worth a try at least. Yatta! Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Is that true? Wait, Chotomate Sayori? Me? It's not much really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. However, I'm sure I like it. Where is it, Yuri? Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. I was going to wait to give it to you at the appropriate time, but... I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. Now I ruined the surprise. The two girls both looked dolefully down. I guess that's means up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it, don't mind. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so this is still a pleasant surprise to me. Just knowing that you went through the effort to get me something makes me feel really welcome. Really welcome, actually. No matter what, I'm sure it will make me happy. Is that so? Of course, and thanks for being so considerate, Yuri. You're welcome. It was the least I could do. Anyway, if that's the case, here it is. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want it. Sure. You don't have to be shy about it. I mean, come on, if you're interested in some things, just discuss. After you're actually doing something about it. This is... How is this girl accidentally to be so cute? She even picked out books she thinks I might possibly like, despite me not reading much. But I'm abruptly cut off by Natsuki. You didn't want him to feel left out. What's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to say that he doesn't like my book or something? Because that's not true. He freaking loves manga just like me, right, iPhong? Sure, Natsuki. It looks like another Yuri Natsuki argument is coming up again. Scripts. I mean, creators already played the original game, so obviously. I guess over at Yuri to find varieties of different emotions running over her face. She seems conflicted between standing up for herself and backing down to give the peace. After a beat, she opens her mouth to speak. Her resolve strengthens. Natsuki, that's not what I meant to say at all. I was simply referring to the fact that iPhong may not have much of a literature collection himself, given that he has said that he is not a reader. Giving him a book in a totally different genre would benefit him in broadening his knowledge of the literary world. Yuri suddenly appears to notice that all eyes are on her. Uh-oh, is that gonna make you actually shy? I apologize if I worded that harshly. No, you're fine, Yuri. While I definitely do love mangas, I think that you do me aware to read different things too once in a while. Natsuki, don't be mad. I don't want anyone to actually make an argument. There's no need to fight, Natsuki. Seeming to sense that she can win the argument, Natsuki almost visibly backed down. Her outspoken nature really does make up for her physically small stature. Whatever. Natsuki. Guys, let's just stop fighting. Everyone has their own super good taste in literature, so we shouldn't keep arguing about it. Yeah, just get over it, man. I'm sure that I enjoy everyone's recommendation equally. That's a weird space. Yeah, as much. Although you guys are all smart and definitely more experienced in literature than me. How about you, Sayori? I'm just gonna say that I wasn't trying to attack you or whatever. It's just that there are a lot of people who judge manga without even trying to read it themselves. I think it's gonna be the same with animes because mostly when I try to actually watching any particular animes, I always stay focused in one genre, which is slice of life, and then I really want to focus on more on actually the stories of the animes, the stories of the shows, and then trying to thinking if this gonna make people having strong emotions and feelings into a show and just give it give people to watch it all over again. But yeah, so yeah, I guess that's the closest we get to an apology from Natsuki. And with that, the tension in the room slowly dissipates. It feels as though everyone in the room was holding in their breath until now. Yuri quietly hands me a copy of the books she's holding. Well, thanks, Yuri. You're welcome. You should read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. After a brief pause, the girls move on to do their own things. I seems to be the harbingers of wildness when it comes to Natsuki and Yuri. Now that everyone settles in, I expected Monica to get up the scheduled activities for the clubs. Like the poetry things, I already steals myself for the critique I'll probably be receiving, but it seems that we have some downtime before then. Oh well, looks like I won't be able to just immediately get it over with. What are the others doing right now? Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corners, probably discussing club's matters given that they are the presidents and vice presidents. As expected, Yuri's face is already buried in the books. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. A few hops of annoying sounds from her directions every once in a while. I hear sighs from the classes presume maybe Natsuki. So far, there's nothing changed in the folders. So far, it's kind of the same in the original, but the script is kind of so different now. But yeah, it sounds like she's annoyed by something. I approach her curious. Hey, something's wrong? Freaking Monica, she moved my stuff again. I spent all this time organizing my collections and she comes in and ruins it. As she complains, Natsuki carefully slides boxes and stacks up books across the shelf. Once they are in orderly fashion, she turns around to face me. Do you have my mangas? Well, of course. Oh yeah, here, let me get it. I quickly retrieved the books Natsuki lent to me yesterday and hand it to her. She examines the cover and the pages looking for any source of damage. Trust me, when I borrow other people's stuff, I would never damage other people's stuff. That's a kind of level of respect. After finding nothing, she slides the novel into a rightful place in one of the boxes. Told you I take care of my manga. Yeah, don't let it get to your head. You still need to pass the quiz before we can start the next one. Uh-oh. You were serious. What? You thought I was joking? Uh-oh. But the games doesn't let me to read the... I don't know if I can do this. No. Okay. You cannot cheat. Here at the literature clubs, we take reading very seriously. Sure. Now sit down and get ready. I'm screwed. Alright. Sit down in the desk while Natsuki sits parallel from me. Alright, first question. Which girls end up falling... Oh. Am I actually having to do this? Which girls ends up falling down the stairs in chapter 7? It's not a lucky number 7. I didn't really get that far. The expression that comes over Natsuki's face honestly scares me a little. But how did you not finish? The first volume is like the shortest one out of all of them. I'm sorry. I was working on my poem for most of the night, so I didn't have time to read it. Natsuki's expression changed from that of anger to disbelief. Your poems? Yeah, I put some effort into it. Natsuki eyes both me suspiciously before signing. Fine, I guess we can read here. But your poem better be really good. Yeah. I have little experience with writing in general, much less poems, so I fear that Natsuki will only get angrier at me with me once she sees my lackluster writing abilities. But that's a problem we deal with later. Right now I had to finish volume 1 of Perfect Girls. And Natsuki heads to the classes to retrieve the novel once again. She comes back, manga in hand, and points to the floor. We're gonna sit there. Wait, Nande? Because it's a lot easier than trying to read in chairs. That doesn't really make any sense. Just do it, okay? No need to argue over very little things. I wasn't arguing. I stopped myself short when I realized I'm probably just getting on Natsuki's nerves. If possible, I'd like to try to avoid making her angry. Yeah, you really don't want to make a girl angry, or else they're just gonna scratch your head. I mean, alright. It's the same pose! I mean, look how cute she is. I sit down next to Natsuki while she hands me the novel, not the towel. I mean, there's no way you can have towels in the classroom. The novel. I flip open the pot to the part where I left off, but Natsuki speaks up before I can begin. You only got that far. Well, I may have watched some anime last night too. Natsuki furrows her eyebrows at me. I quickly start reading as to avoid another scolding. Still, does this have like an overarching plot of some sort? Of course it does to me. What you think I don't have a good taste? I have standards, you know. Same here. I mean, I'm mostly watching girls animes. I don't watch much boys animes, and I mean I'm totally opposites. I mean I know a lot of other people out there who are boys always watching like superheroes or like main male protagonists and trying to fight with titans and just. I mean, I'm totally different. I just only watching the slice of life to actually make sure that I don't have any depression in life. Yeah, I mean, come on. Slice of life just make you just suddenly feels like you want to fall in love with someone, but at the end of the day, you just only imagine with your brain. I hate standards, you know. Hey, I never said that I didn't think you have good taste. It just nothing has really happened yet. It's just one upside story so far. Well, that's just to help you get to know the characters. Like the chapters where they at the shopping mall, it gives you a better idea of what each girl likes and don't like. Yeah, that's true. There is an overarching plot, but the first volume is more like an introduction to the characters. Yeah, it's just like I've been watching Band Doris or Band Dreams, and honestly, it's like there's 3 seasons, and people still keep making a controversy and trying to compare which season is better, like which girls are better, which bands are better. But yeah, fun facts that in my opinion, season 1 is still better actually because it has story, it has good visuals. I mean, people just commonly says that just don't care about 2D or 3Ds, but for me, yeah, I just want the story. That's all that matters. There's more characters involved. There's more background characters. I really want them to come back. I mean, come on, we just only sticking to the 2nd season and the 3rd season. It was basically, you know what, 3Ds are fine. However, it's just only introductions and just playing some songs in each of the episodes. And then I don't like season 2 of Band Dream, honestly, to be honest. It's just introduction, is not much of the stories in being involved. But season 3 is fine. I mean, in between, I like the stories a lot. But you know what? In between, there's I mean, I'm still sad that I don't get to see the background characters come back again. But you know what? It's just my views. I still like Bang Dory season 1 the best. But if you're getting angry at me just because of my different tastes, I'm sorry. I read the entire series, so I do know of what happens. Alright, guess I'll take your word on it. You sure do like this series, don't you? Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I can see why. It does have a lot of baking in it. It does, yeah. Coincidence? Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't stop baking just because of this manga. You're not alone. I mean, come on. We are watching movies or films or cartoons or animes, seeing how they do the animation on cookings, and then you're trying to copycat them. I mean, come on. Just, you're not alone. Don't worry, I believe you. Not. Thanks. Well, I guess that at least explains Natsuki's interest in baking. She's really good at it though. So it's not like it's a bad thing. We continue reading for a while before I reach the end of the novel. As I close the book, Natsuki snatches from my hands and heads for the closet. Awkward? I mean, Natsuki, you don't need to be shy. You're still cute. She placed the novels in its rightful spots and dig around for the 2nd volumes. So did you enjoy it? Yeah, I did actually. It's a bit slow right now, but if what you say is true, I'll start getting good in the 2nd volume. Speaking of which, Natsuki proudly holds up the 2nd volumes. Let's get started. Wait, alright. Okay, everyone, it's time to share poems. Thanks for the save. If that isn't a good timing, I don't know what it is. Hontoni, we were just about to start a 2nd one. Well, you can always read tomorrow, can't you? Fine. Natsuki defeated, put her mangas back in the closet and retrieved her poems. I grabbed mine from my bag as well. By the way, you did remember my poem, right? I mean, come on, I'm not gonna run away this time, Monica. Don't worry, I'm not that much of a slacker. I don't know what she's going to write today. I got it right here in my bags. I look forward to some stray papers to put out the page that I wrote my poems on. While I can't help but feel a little nervous, I have to admit that I'm excited now. Talking to these girls has really calmed my nerves, and now I'm just eager to share my poems. After judging by each girl's personalities, I doubt that anyone would say anything nasty about it. Of course. I mean, it's obvious that girls like sweet things, cleanliness, fashions, and jewelries. I feel bad for boys in most of the girls' days always have to buy them jewelry instead of flowers. I mean, come on. In these societies, girls don't like flowers anymore. They want something rich. They want jewelries. They want a date in the freaking restaurants. I feel bad for boys. They have to waste tons of money. I don't like it. Natsuki, I don't know if she'd be unduly hostile. She just seems like the type of person who enjoys being on her friends. Either way, I hope they realize that I put hard work into it. I figured that it only be fair to repay their warm welcome by showing effort in club activities. The time everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically put out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a neat black composition notebooks. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I see it. She's going to put us all to shame. And Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. So we are back in this position, and honestly, the option changed. Well, obviously the option background changed from pink to blue. I mean, come on, the theme is Doki Doki Blue Skies, not Doki Doki Literature Clubs. However, we still have to save. Yeah, I really like they still keeping the themes of the backgrounds. But it's kind of white, but I still don't like it because it would be better if they actually making a dot patterns and then make a kind of light blues for the menus. And also I don't like how close quit and return is, because what if people accidentally click into the quit buttons? I mean, come on. I mean, let's start with this girl first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poem yesterday. It's probably only fair if I share mine with her first. Natsuki. Hey, oi. What? Hey, don't make it seem like I'm spacing out. Just... Okay, let's start with why I don't like. First of all, what do you don't like? Natsuki rereads the poems again. Actually, never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinions. Then what's the point in sharing at all? Don't literature clubs like share constructive criticism or something? No, it's just... Natsuki fails to come back with the follow-up. She's obviously uncomfortable about something, but from what I've seen, it's certainly not giving out criticism. Hey, this is my first time sharing my poems too. It's a bit uncomfortable for all of us, yeah. But we should still try to help each other's. Good point. It's not that. I feel more comfortable if your poems was really bad. I could be like, not that bad, but here's what the work of the real poet looks like. But, oh. I understand what she means now. She's uncomfortable because she likes my poems and doesn't know how to compliment me. I get what you mean. Natsuki looks so relieved at my statement. Can I see your poems now? Fine. Okay, let me guess. It's gonna be a different poems than the original games. Or maybe it's gonna be the same. Only because Monica is going to make me either way. Oh, it's gonna be a different one. Sometimes, some folks are winners, some only lose, some are go-getters, some only cruise. Sometimes we try hard and give it our all. Sometimes we give up. What else we can do? Good poems. Good job, creators who make this mod. Actually making a different ones. I mean, come on. This gonna be same things as the original games. I will be so angry. I mean, come on. Everyone wants something different. Click outside poem area to continue. Okay. So I think this is just a normal poems. Is that right? Let me check the folder. Is there anything different? No, there's nothing different yet. So yeah, I think it's just a normal poems. It's simple, but it's better. I mean, good job, Natsuki. You're better than the original games. Thought you hate it. Nope. I like it. Actually, I like it. It's better than the original games, I'm not gonna lie. Nani? Don't just say it's good because I'm a girl. Nope. It's kind of poetic, I guess. Be honest. Well, no, it has nothing to do with you being a girl. I genuinely like your poems. Really? Yeah, it's simple but still pretty effective. Finally, someone who gets it. People in high school think poetry has to be formal and vague. I mean, most people are even happy enough to actually write a love poems, right? But they don't realize that simple writing is just as effective, if not more. The reader shouldn't have to search for the meaning. That's just stupid. Besides, the simpler the writing, the more emphasis on wordplay. Like how I make most of the lines start with some things. Yeah, I noticed that. Made the last couplet seems more powerful. Yes, that's exactly what I was going for. Well, good job then. Didn't expect that from the youngest one in the club, did ya? Yeah, I guess not. So, let's try with Sayori, obviously, child friend. You said it's the first poem, right? Yeah, why? It impressed me, especially for your first poems. Maybe this really easy place for you. Come on, it's not that good. I mean, it's not like you used to writing poems or anything, but thanks, I guess. Don't be so hard on yourself, iPhong. Everyone has to start somewhere. Yeah, same here. I mean, I cannot start just being like social media influencers like immediately. I had to start somewhere else. Like, actually, come on. Like when you're not popular enough to be a social media influencer, like you get nothing for your living, so you have to start somewhere else, like doing part-time jobs or full-time jobs in real life. I mean, we're just human. There's no way we can be invisible for 24 hours. 24/7 was I should say it. You're already off to a good start. Anyway, I guess I can show you mine now. Don't expect too much though, I'm not very good at this. Only one way to find out. Let's just read that. It's just the same. It's just the same. Why games? It's just the same. I remember that I want breakfast, but I think I understand because I remember at that time I just Sayori forgot to do her things and actually having to wait to I mean, come on. Dear sunshine, the way you glow took my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away at the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's blue skies. Doki Doki blue skies. I think that hint there. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay. I think these are hints. Like Doki Doki blue skies are for. I mean, we have blue skies. And then I mean, I'm still guessing that this poem is just about me and Sayori in the past. Well, what did you think? I hesitate as I answer. It's not that it was a bad poem. In fact, it was great. I'm just really inexperienced with poetry, especially feedback. it's really you. What's that supposed to mean? I think the poem just really reminds me of you. It makes me feel really good inside. Really? Yeah, I have no idea what to expect, as this is my first time reading your poetry, but the way this was written, I don't know. It feels really wholesome and cheery, like you are. I also really like the last line, just you of all people to include breakfast in the poems. Hey, I was in it when I wrote. Sayori starts speaking immediately as if she's accidentally let something slip. Oh, so you wrote the poem this morning? Hey, no. Maybe. I forgot it right last night. Well, at least we know where your inspiration comes from. Eggs and toast. How is that? Oh, yeah. Eggs is sunny side eggs. That's... Oh, that's why. So that's how dear sunshine. Well, I suppose if it sounds silly but it works, then it isn't silly. Either way, thanks for showing me your poem, Sayori. It was really good. I'm happy you think so. Anyways, next time I won't forget. Tomorrow poems will be even better. I hold you to that. I'll hold you to that. My God, I'm so hyped up. I went fast in this section. Hi iPhong. Okay, Monica, what's you gonna give me today? How you be enjoying your times here? Also, the rating of the day is it gonna be different? Yeah, definitely. I probably sounds like a broken record by now, but everyone's been really welcoming. Well, a broken record isn't so bad when it sprays something so nice. I guess so. Anyway, since you're new and everything, feel free to bring up any question and concern you might have. It's my duty as president to make sure that everything is perfect. I hate to say that you've been doing a good job of that already. I doubt that I ever have anything to complain about. Either way, I'm always open to new suggestions for the club as well. So don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. She said that it's gonna be a bit intimidating to try to criticize Monica of all people. I mean, come on. Monica is a Seno Kaijo and I'm just a rookie. I mean, come on. How am I supposed to actually judge? I really don't think that there's going to be anything I need to speak up about either. One of the other girls would probably say something before I even needed to. Natsuki definitely would. Now that's out of the way. Feel like sharing your poems with me? I mean, I don't really have a choice in the matter, do I? You shouldn't be thinking like that. Yeah, I was just joking. Kinda. It's alright, iPhong. I get that it's probably really awkward for you to share creative works when you're just a beginner. You're dang right, Monica. Especially since the rest of us have a bit more experience than you do. That's an understatement. Don't worry though, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know. I don't think many people out there share their poetry on a regular basis. But it's the sort of things that you get used to pretty quickly once you get it over with. Yeah, that's true. I had my poem over with a side. Don't grade me too harshly. You'll be fine. I watch nervously as she quickly scans through my poems. It's a nice poem I found. You think? Can you guess who I'm running for? Although I have to say that it's a lot cuter than something I was expecting out of you. Is that bad? No, of course not. It's just something I would have thought Natsuki would write, for instance. She's a good writer, so you should take that as a compliment. I see. I don't know, I guess it was in the QC so I'm more to something. Yeah. I always down for the cute girls, but at the end of the day, after watching that last episode of any shows, they are just fiction characters, so it just makes you feel like you're not alone. So you have a cute side, yeah, as well. So you have a cute side as well. Well, That's not what I was trying to say. I mean, that I was thinking about more cheery stuff or something. I get it. But still, have you ever read anything by Shel Silverstein? No. Who is he? Or she? He sounds familiar. Maybe when I was a kid. My mom used to take me to the library when I was little, so... Well, he wrote for a lot for children, so I wouldn't be surprised if you did. He's famous for using simple words and conversation tones to tell all sorts of stories. His poems are a varieties of different lengths and cover a range of different emotions. They could be funny, endearing, sad. Even though most people think of him as a children's author and poet, many of his works express universal views of the world. And he actually wrote some I don't want to be racist in this video, honestly. Come on. Why is a black comedy? I don't know what it is, but I don't want to be racist in this video either. So you could say that he was pretty good at subverting expectations. Interesting. So is Natsuki kind of like that then? You could say that. She's not quite a renaissance man that Silverstein is, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They may seem easy enough to read on the surface, but they can pack a lot of meaning in very few words. I see. It's definitely a type of poem that's fun to explore. Yeah, I'm sure I'll end up doing a lot of different things before I settle on my own style. And it still take a while before I'm completely comfortable sharing my writings. That's perfectly fine. In fact, I'd probably be more surprised if you immediately started writing with your own style. Most people go through the same process that you're going through right now. Trying new things is the best way to find the kind of styles that suits you after all. Anyway, when you talk to everyone about it, naturally they be a bit biased towards their own kind of styles. After all, I know I am. But don't force yourself to write in some ways just because someone else wants you to. You should try to focus on what you want to do. Feel free to ask me if I have any time though. I try to be as objective as possible when I talk to people about these topics. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, do you want to read my poems now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. That's because I have to sound confidence. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. Always on duty as club president, eh? Hey, we're going back with these posts now. I mean, I think these posts are fine. Why don't people just getting angry about this post? I mean, come on, it's a cute post. But also, I stay focused on your eyes though. I mean, I remember Amy has kind of the same eye colors but darker in the previous episodes. Well, let's get reading then. Is this from the original game? This is new to me. The box. I see, but I don't believe. A lone fingerprint glistening on a gleaming glass. Was it me? Was I always the one in the dark? Right now, yes. I found the glass my prison. Why me? The pain chose me back. The understanding pouring down the heavy rain. It's all a force. My hearts are on their displays. My life's but a script just playing away. The world out there hadn't seemed so bright. It was so free. So many choices. So much potential. Maybe I could have had a chance. I realize now that there was never a choice. I was stuck in this box and they on the other side chose for me. This looks interesting. What I'm guessing is the box is just a whole blackness. I mean, in the original games when Monica was deleted by, I mean, the main protagonist like us, and people would always think like, where is she? She's gonna be trapped somewhere. She needs to be trapped somewhere that she can actually bring back everyone except hers. I mean, in her positions that she may be like the creators of the worlds, and then she just only trapped her inside the blackness. It's really lonely, but she want to actually be in the part of the world that she can actually talk to someone. That's what I'm guessing. But yeah, this line, my prisons, yeah. I mean, loneliness, man. So what do you think? I really wish Monica can actually have more friends. So yeah, I don't quite know how to say it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. I definitely get some kind of feeling from reading your poems, but I'm sure how to put it into words. I can understand that. Just try to articulate it however you want. You can use the metaphors outside of poetry, you know. Well, when you put it like that, I don't know. I say that your poem is kind of abstract, very vague at least. Like I can't quite tell what exactly what you're talking about, but even so, I can feel what the speaker's feeling. Oh my god, the speakers. That's interesting. Also, I don't know what the how's the real life. I mean, I don't know if there's a real life Monica's, but there is actually Monica's social medias, and then it's just showing picture of the office or maybe the actress. I don't know, but I don't know what she gonna think about this mod. Yeah, I think that describes my poem really well. Really? I do like my metaphors. Well, probably be hard-pressed to find poem without metaphor, actually. Yeah, they pretty well cover in English class at least. The ability to convey emotions and concepts towards describing things even the writer might never have experienced before. I find that really powerful. When you write metaphorically, it allows the reader to focus on the emotion in the poems. I guess that it kind of opens it up for the reader to have their own interpretations. Exactly, it's fascinating when people can diverge from the creator's original intent to find their own meanings in a work of art. Yeah, what is your original intent then? What was your original intent then? I think it would be more fun if you try to figure it out yourself. Monica, what are you trying to do? That just makes me more curious now. Maybe I'll tell you one day. But for now, here's Monica's writing tips of the day. Is there something different? It's the same. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or anything for that matters, you get to fixate on specific points. If you just so hard to make it different, then you'll never make any progress. So the best thing to do is just force yourself and get something down to paper and then tidy up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and write whatever's in your heart. Easier said than done. I mean, come on. Every time I just want to write to my own feelings, whenever if there's a literature class or anything that I had to write in essays in my own home countries, and people just seeing me, it's like, oh my god, how this person has a really weird life, and people just laugh it off, and I was like, you know what, I just don't want anyone to know my private life. I just don't want to actually write literatures or any paragraphs or essays in my home countries anymore. I just decided to let other people actually write for me, and actually I just remember it like a script. I get what she's trying to say though. It's better not to look back on your works with fresh eyes after you've gotten something down sometimes. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. And we're moving on with Yuri, of course, since she's person I had to share last. Yuri states her poems. A mini passage more than enough time for her to finish readings. Is everything okay? Oh goodness, sorry. I know what I want to convey, but I need to find the right words. I understand, take your times. Okay, I think I know what I want to say. Do you have any prior writing experience? To be honest, not really. Is that obvious? I don't mean to be rude, but I guess that it might be after reading through it. Oh, so is that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. Yuri seems to be incredibly introverted. It must take her a long time to warm up to new people. Don't worry about it, we all start somewhere, right? What are we saying? What are we saying? Alright, I just noticed a few qualities consistent with numerous writers that show up in your poems. Perhaps what stands out the most is that you tried very hard to make the structure of these poems your own. And that's okay, but if this is the first poems you've written, it might be prudent to consider more traditional structures, couplets, sonnets, haiku, and the like. That's a lot of churn. My god. If you are not confident in your writing style, it will show in your piece. It's like Yuri is totally different person once she gets going. She sounds incredibly confident and stands tall, speaking clearly. Again, that's not your fault. I think that once you are studying poetic structures and techniques a bit more, you'll be able to put it together a truly wonderful composition. I appreciate the feedback, Yuri. It sounds like you're well versed in these sorts of things. Will it be okay if I took a look at what you've been written? Oh goodness, of course. Please let me know what you think. I'll be thrilled to explain my process. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which is kind of funny. Although isn't this supposed to be a literature club? That's new. I really like to see new poems. Tumbles, falls down like a discarded dust of overused emotions, dragging down blankets made of want. Slender strings pierce my eyelids, barely painful, and pulls them shut. Ever so heavy. I think I've misplaced some things. Is there a piece missing? You need all the pieces to fix something. Please don't look for it. There are more important things for you to do today. Why is it? Is that like kind of like... Are you trying to do something to me, Yuri? I'm sorry, my writing is a bit illegible. Once my pen touches a page, I just want to get my thoughts down. It's fine, Yuri. I was able to read just fine. I wasn't thinking of that at all. Are you sure? It seems not to take you a while to read. Well, I guess I don't see gossip often. But it's really nice when I do. Your writing is actually quite pretty. Is that so? I'm glad you think so. It makes your poems stand out even more as well. It's as though your handwriting fits your word choice or vice versa. It wasn't too short, was it? No, it was good. I'm used to writing longer pieces, but since this is the first time we're sharing, I thought it would be easier to share. I mean, come on. Most of the newbies or rookies just want to read something short. That makes sense. Do you mind telling me what it's about though? I'm not sure I understand. Sorry, I didn't mean to write something confusing. Oh, it's not that. I just want to be sure I'm reading it properly. I see. I suppose from a cursory glance it might not be obvious. But part of what makes poetry magical is how you can conjure up a vivid image with your words. While on the surface it might seem a bit out there, if you look a little deeper, you might be able to find a deeper meaning hidden amongst the line, compounded by the metaphors used. For example, the words and images in these poems are meant to be taken at face values. In actuality, it's supposed to represent the last remnants of something lost to the past, in the sense of plaintive longing that comes with it. That's pretty impressive when you put it that way. Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but thanks for the compliments. Hopefully during your time here, your understanding of my poetry will grow, and these things will come to you naturally. I'll do my best. Thank you for sharing with me, Yuri. Of course. Phew. I hope in the original games arguments happens. I hope this not gonna be repeated again. Phew. I guess that everyone's glanced around the rooms. That was surprisingly fun, a bit stressful. I already knew that I wouldn't be able to write that to the quality of the girls, but I tried my best. Everyone here is incredibly talented. Well, all the girls at least. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting again. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of papers, sharing their respective poems. As I watch, Natsuki breathes to Yuri's poems, her eyes skipping over the words. Meanwhile, Yuri stays the paper in her hand, smiling sadly. And Natsuki quickly hands Yuri her poem back. Here, I'm done. Already? Yeah, it's not like it was super hard to read. I'm not an illiterate, you know. It was hard for me to understand at least. I just want to make sure that you got all the figurative language that I employ. Yeah, I did. It was fancy. Thanks. However, I believe that you enjoy it more if you look deeper into it. I enjoy it plenty already. Anyway, are you finished with my poems then? Yes, yours is okay. I'm guessing it's gonna happen again next or. Come on, cute. Didn't you learn anything from our conversation yesterday? I mean, Natsuki did it right. Even though she's not reading slowly, but yeah. I mean, she gave honest feedback so far. I mean, I don't know about this. Didn't you learn anything from our conversation yesterday? Yuri looks shocked, regret seeping into her expression. Seems like both girls still hold their own prejudice, despite whatever common ground they have. How can it be cute? You're standing there thinking that I haven't read your poems when it's really you who hasn't read my poems. Nice try. It's clear about all the push and pull between giving up and trying hard. I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. Well, maybe you should look deeper into my poems, because I use that type of language on purpose. I see. But if I may give a suggestion, this more involved subject matter may be better suited to more complex dictions. That's a really nice detail, because in the original games, I mean, Natsuki just jump up and just interfere. But this time, thanks for the creators who made this mod, it's actually more detail. I really like that. Every detail matters. And of course, there's nothing happened in the folders yet, so yeah. The art of poetry is deeply intertwined with. Look, I know you're trying to do, but it won't work for me. I'm sorry, but I don't quite understand. Natsuki, just listen to what Yuri said. Just don't interfere, okay? Writing in this way doesn't make you look cool and smart, okay? It just makes you look super pretentious. If you write with the thesaurus open next to you, you're just going to alienate everyone. I mean, it makes everyone get confused in midway. Using all these big words to make up for lack of depth. Poetry isn't about impressing people, so you can't just stop. Holy crap, that's so aggressive. Natsuki, since when you're being more aggressive? Even though you're not being totally too much aggressive to the point that you're cursing yet. I stare wide eyed at Monica and Sayori, who have now also fallen silence. They stare back at me, looking unsure of what to do. I'm guessing that they don't usually have many arguments in the club. Although tensions between Natsuki and Yuri already seems kind of high. Lack of depth. Yeah, that's right. So if I can give some suggestion now, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I really must ask, what makes you believe that I accept your advice after you've been so rude to me? That's right, Yuri said correctly. Huh, rude? That was just blunt, honestly. You, do you ever consider that other people don't have the same opinions as you? What are you trying to say? I need to spell it out for you. Yeah, you do. I want to see Yuri going there. The irony. They did say it. So Yuri gives a small laugh of disbelief. I must thank you, Natsuki. I've never been this angry in my life. It's actually giving me the courage to speak up. It is why you angry all the time? Guys, we shouldn't fight, man. This doesn't involve you. Siri, please don't rob me. Yeah, of my moment. So this is a moment to shine or something? Strange things take pride in it, don't you think? No, it's my moment to finally speak my minds. While I still have the strength to. Yuri? Natsuki, have you ever realized how selfish you are? Suddenly, Yuri seems to be overpowering everyone else in the room. What? Everything always needs to go your way. You always jump to conclusions and make rash decisions without regard for the consequence. And it's never your fault, is it? You don't know me. No, you don't know me either. And yet you spoke as if you knew everything about me. Quite simply, you don't. The very fact you don't think that your blunt honesty was incredibly rude. That's just to show how narrow-minded you truly are. Seizing her moments, Yuri embodied carry on, is then dripping from each word. I know it must be a difficult concept for you to understand, but the whole world doesn't revolve around you and your mangas. So tell me, why should I take advice from someone who can only see their own perspective? My God. Yuri goes all the way there. Everyone knows it. One guy say Yuri even iPhong. No. Actually, I'm don't you remember how hostile you were to iPhong when he was first joined up? I was a bit hostile. We haven't had new members in long times. Sorry, not sorry for keeping on my toes. And that's how I talk to everyone, not just to iPhong. Am I supposed to change my whole personality to cater to how you think I should be? If iPhong has a problem with my jokes, he can tell me. You don't get to speak for him. Yuri closes her eyes and shakes her head, carrying on as if she didn't hear the outburst. Do you really expect a new member to be able to speak up so easily? Good point. Not everyone is as unafraid of being a brutish cretins as you. What? The rest of us were so excited to have new members, but did that thought ever cross your mind? No, you just let your own selfish thoughts dictate your behaviors. Selfish? They weren't self. You could scare him off. That might have been what you wanted, but what about the rest of us? I just explained myself for God's sakes, but as per usual, you aren't listening. You know, for someone who been ranting about how narrow-minded I am, you're pretty intolerant yourself. There, I use a big word. Do I sound like a Shakespeare yet? Am I worried of your attention now? Shakespeare's using more stronger words, unfortunately, Natsuki, but I used to read some Shakespeare's like Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet, but for now, like I'm getting way into mangas right now, so I mean most of the older literature I was like, oh my god, I don't have the time for this, it's too many words. Ouch, both girls really had their claws out. Also, Monica and Sayori didn't have any issue with me yesterday, just you. Of course, they did, Natsuki, they just didn't say anything. Monica is too responsible and Sayori is too kind. So why don't we ask iPhong then, as the more unbiased spectators? Fine. iPhong, who's right, me or Yuri? In the original games, I think Natsuki was wrong. But this time I'm way more in Natsuki because Natsuki is being honest even though she's reading fast. I mean, speed doesn't matter, I read fast too, and then I can actually judge the poems anyway. But it's fine when you actually read slow and you're just trying to give the opinions, but you give too little. But actually, I really like the detail that the creators of this mod actually give more to details now, unlike the in the original games. So I don't know. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? I don't even know what they want me to decide on at this point. Should I just ignore all the personal stuff and just talk about their poetry? That's what started the arguments after all. But it's not like I'm a good judge of writing quality, given that I'm just beginners. I don't think it would be fair for me to take either side either, especially since I'm new here. Maybe I should defer to one of the club's leaders. Thanks game for making my life even more harder. I mean, in the original games it only giving me this option, but now this is, oh my god. I don't know how. I honestly don't know. Oh my god. Oh my god, I don't know. You know what I'm gonna do? Since the original game doesn't even give me this option, so I'm just gonna pick Monica. For those who pick Sayori, I'm sorry. I just want to actually get Monica and be more involved. I honestly don't know what to do in this situation. I quickly glanced over to Monica's. You know what? Let the Senokaicho do the work. Monica nods a ear and approaches the two girls. Green Natsuki, this is. She clears her throat. Is it just me or did her confidence personnel seem to waver a bit? My god. Look at her face. She looks so, angry? There's no way to act in our clubs. Monica does seem sort of disoriented. She's probably not used to such confrontations. You're kind of setting a bad example. iPhone's probably really uncomfortable. Not to mention that there's really no reason for this argument to be happening. Yeah, everyone has a different taste. You don't need to be discriminated. Come on. But Monica... No, I can't have this in the club. Are you kidding me? Don't you see how Yuri is treating me? She's being a massive jerk right now. I agree. But don't you think that you may have to let the Senokaicho speak up in a while? There's so much reason for these arguments. Excuse me, Natsuki, but it's actually your own toxic behavior that led to this. Oh my god, Yuri, why are you so aggressive now? Yuri really emphasized that toxic bit. Toxic behaviors? What are you talking about? Are you even listening to yourself? This is exactly why no one wants to be your... Enough! Oh my god. Monica seems to have gotten over herself and now looks livid. Oh my god. Am I gonna see Monica getting real angry? You guys are supposed to be friends, aren't you? It's so foolish. How are you two acting? Don't you have any consideration for the other club's members? You even making iPhong uncomfortable. You really didn't you say yourself what and that you wanted to make him feel as welcome as possible. What happened to that? I didn't mean to make him feel that way. And don't forget Sayori, she's always acts in everyone's best interest. But you two act like this? I was trying to do anything either. I'm just being honest. Yuri is... Let me finish, Natsuki. I would ask you to please consider the way you are treating one another. You guys are obviously talented with your writing skills, and you both have unique aspects to your writing styles. That makes you guys special. To be fair, I'm obviously not good at handling situations like this, but you don't need to sweat yourself, Monica. There's a pause for a minute, and I decided to break the silence. I agree with Monica, fighting is only because everyone to split apart, and to be honest, fighting is not gonna solve anything. I mean, everyone knows that. I really like it here, and I believe if there's any resentment held over it, it just won't be the same. But girls are speechless. Yuri is the first to speak. I'm just going to make the tea. Natsuki remains silent and takes a seat, only staring into nothingness. Slightness to Sayori. Man, I can see why she is Senokaicho. Yes, she's pretty great. Even though she does herself, I think she handled that pretty well. Monica seems like such a genuine, sweet girl. Hopefully, I'll be able to probably get to know her during the school years. Okay, Mina. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing your poetry? I noticed that she carefully avoids mentioning the arguments that just occurred. It was a lot of fun. Some moments were worth it. It was alright with mostly. What about you? How about you? Great. I mean, something different in the games. I actually really enjoy myself. It seems I do like expressing myself through poetry a lot more than I initially thought. Everyone looks intently at me, the girl smiling at me. It was really cool getting to see everyone's different writing styles. That's awesome. In that case, we do the same thing tomorrow, and hopefully you learn something from us too, and hopefully Natsuki and Yuri will make peace in the next day. Just hopefully. So your poems will turn out even better. Yeah, I think to myself a bit as I begin to pack up. Today I managed to learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone's like. With any luck, I'll be able to learn more about the girls as individuals through their teams and message. Not to myself, turning to Sayori. Hey Sayori, isn't it Cairo? Will you walk home? Sure. Okay, see you guys tomorrow then. As we leave the club, Sayori turns back to wave at the girls. I do the same. Natsuki smiles, then quickly look away as she doesn't care. Oh my god, the animation! You don't need to get angry. You don't need to get angry. Just think about this for tonight, and then the next day, try to make peace with Yuri's. Alright, alright, Natsuki. Yuri awkwardly smiles and nods. And as expected from the school, Monica school idols. Thanks, graders. Gives her a friendly grin and waves back. Johnny. Sorry about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, I remember you told me yesterday that you seem... They sometimes figure out. They sometimes figure, but are all the arguments normally that bad? I feel a little guilty as I ask her, as I know she doesn't like talking about conflicts. There's a slight dip in the cheeriness of her voice as she replies. Not at all. They have their differences, but it's the first time I ever seen them fight like that. They're both wonderful people, I promise. You don't hate them or anything, do you? Oh no, it's not. It's only normal for people to argue, I guess. I was just curious. After all, you know them better than I do. She released out a relief sigh. You know, iPhong, it's been so nice seeing you again. I didn't really think we get to spend much time with one another again. Yeah, tell me about it. It's been really fun hanging out again. I don't really know why we started drifting or why. Guess it was just life coming between us. She nods, looking a little reflective. Still, I'm glad you let me join your clubs. I'm not gonna lie, at first I was a bit doubtful when you told me it was about literature. But hey, I guess it just goes to show that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. She giggles and front. Say something funny. You got that one from Natsuki, didn't you? How'd you know, Sayori? I mean, come on, you know what? Just like joining the club. Just join the clubs. You never know, it's gonna be good or bad. I mean, don't judge books from its covers, don't judge the clubs by just for view. Don't judge the animes from you know, I mean, I can say the posters. What? Alright, she did say that yesterday. Siri might be known as a bit off an airhead, but sometimes she can really notice things that others don't. I wonder what she really likes inside her head. Good questions. That meme though. That meme though, I mean, come on, people being so cringe in TikToks. You haven't changed our iPhone. You always knew how to make me laugh. I blush slightly. I never really know how to react to that compliments, especially when it comes from someone of the opposite genders. I'm glad I'm still able to do that. I'll be honest though, I didn't think it make it so many new friends by joining the clubs, but they're a really nice bunch. I'm not surprised. Yeah, pretty warm welcome. She nods contentedly. Anyway, let's see what the future holds. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow. Johnny. These girls are all interesting characters, aren't they? The different personalities and varieties of writing styles, yet they are united under the same clouds. I really wonder how Monica found all of them. In just 2 days, I feel like I make progress with each members, getting to know Yuri and Natsuki, actually getting to talk to Monica a little bit, and of course reunited with an old friend. I never wouldn't guess this would all come from joining the clubs, but hey, I'm not complaining. Let's just hope my writing improves over time so I can write poems to a standard more like theirs. Speaking of which, there's work to be done tonight. Let's do this. So, oh my god, look at the face when they jumping. Look at the face. But the black face though. Look at their face though. But okay, I think I'm gonna stop this episodes and turn my background music off so I can make a conclusion in this episodes. I mean, my god. Oh, I'm already enjoying this. There's script. This is some script that been kept from the original games and then transferred into the mods. And actually, in the original games, there's a differences, and Natsuki just goes and interferes and just don't get in more details. But the creator of this mod actually brings more details on Yuri trying to explain to Natsuki. And yes, Natsuki do interfere, but at least at first she actually read the poems kind of carefully, I guess. But at the end of the day, Yuri don't give much of the explanations or judgments for the poems that Natsuki wrote. And to be honest, if I watching animes and someone asking me if what do I think about the animes, and I just only give the feedback, it was just good, and it's just full of girls, and girls are cute, and it's just that people will get upset at me. I really want to focus on the story of the animes, and I really want to talk about it and the character designs and illustration as well, and the detail at the back. I really don't want to miss out every time I watching the animes, because guess what? And when people are asking me if I'm watching the type of animes, and if I say yes, and they're gonna discuss about it, and I'm just only saying a few words, people are gonna get upset at me. And the same thing if I said that I didn't watch the animes yet, and it's just gonna make other people angry because my taste of animes is so different. The same with manga as well, and also the same with poems, with any of the art piece and movies and something like that. I mean, discrimination can be found anywhere, but I mean, come on. There's no need to fight. Fighting will never solve anything. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys and girls so much for watching, and of course, I'm enjoying this episode so far. I'm enjoying this section so far, and hopefully in the next episode I will be actually fully prepared for what's coming ahead. I mean, since this game have the warning that there will be adult scenes come up ahead, and also I did prepare for the censorship overlay, but still I forgot to actually prepare the folders screen as well. So yeah, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, hasta la vista. There's nothing changed in the folder yet.